the primary part of any links that you see in websites are basically the text that you see here and the URL. So when I mouse over, can you see at the bottom left here, you see a URL. That's nothing but when you click on this, let's say when you open this, it goes to a file, right? Or okay, you can call it a page or a HTML file. So when you click on it, you could see at the left bottom there is this URL. So each link has a URL. So when you click on it, it goes to that. Now for this movie, it goes to a different URL. So if you see the accidental Texan, it has imd.com title, the number, look at the number 9201172. It is different from 21692408. So it's the same imdb.com title and the ID. So ID is basically the movie's ID. So that's the database part. But right now we'll just be concerned about how the link is shown. So this link has a text and the URL. Okay. Now we'll see how that's been achieved in the HTML. I hope you all remember the sample page. Now we say Tom Cruise's biggest commercial hit was a Top Gun. Let's try to convert this into an anchor. You could write an anchor anywhere, like inside a paragraph, outside a paragraph, anywhere. So tags could be inside tags, like how body and div is inside body and h2 is inside div. Likewise, I could also do this. I could do anchor tag open, anchor tag close. So this is a text that is going to be showed up here. Okay. Now I'm going to do a href. In the href, what I'm going to do is I'm going to search here for Top Gun. Let it be Top Gun Maverick. Let's see. Just URL. When I click at it, it takes me to Top Gun. Okay, so I just copied the URL. Okay, so URL is nothing but you do www.google.com, google.com/maps, facebook.com, all that. So that's the URL. So we're going to use the URL here. So for the IMDb, this is a URL for Top Gun. Now, let me try something different here. Visit the IMDb page. Gonna do so the Avengers. I'm just looking at the Avengers page. I copied the URL, saved it, and refreshed. So if you look at it, his biggest commercial hit was Avengers. I didn't convert this to title, insert. Instead, I just had another URL for Avengers, and this is a text to take to that URL. When you click at it, it takes to the Avengers page. Now, we can also think about a few other ways here, like tag contact us about more movies. Let's say I show a link here. When you click at that link, it takes to it. When you click at this link, it pretty much mails me. Okay, so it will open your mail app. So you could have a Outlook 365 or say a mail app in the Mac, whatever app it is, it will just open that and it will take this as a email ID. So that's how it is. So we've seen that. Now the text what we do inside the anchor tag is what we see. So that's what happens here. Now that's about the text. Now let's see what happens when you use something called a title here. Shows DB site. Let me refresh that. Now the stock grows thing, the anchor, I have added a tile attribute which says shows IMDb site. So when you mouse over, it shows you an extra information that when you click on it, this is what is going to happen. So this is something a programmer has to define. So for the user to know beforehand, like before he hits the link, to understand what's going to happen if he hits the link. I mean, this page is as simple as it looks. I mean, it just takes to a page, but maybe a website that you're doing, when you click on it, a loan is processed or a page is submitted. So for that kind of a thing, I mean, you might even show an information which actually makes more sense. We'll see how these links are related. Now, this link that you gave is basically a absolute path, meaning you gave the full path right from the HTTPS to this website to its subfolders and the actual file. So this is the absolute path, meaning it is a full URL. You could also give a relative path. Now let me create a I'm going to create a HTML file. Okay, let me save this first so that I get the format. Okay, so let's say I have a sample.html here. Now, when I click here, okay, you can also have a anchor tag inside the h2 tag. So when you click here, I need to take to the annehathaway.html. It's as simple as just giving this. So this is the relative path. Now the difference between the absolute path and the relative path is absolute path is right from the beginning, the whole URL. HTTPS is the global internet, and inside the global internet you have the IMDb site, inside that you have the title folder, inside that is your actual file. Now this is related to sample.html. Sample.html is where I'm writing the code. So relatively annehathaway.html is inside the same folder, so I don't have to give the entire thing here. Let's look at it. So Anne Hathaway, when I click at it, it goes to this is Anne Hathaway page. Okay, so when you click here, it goes to the Anne Hathaway page because it is in the same folder I gave an absolute path. Now let's say Anne Hathaway is inside actors folder. Okay, then I have to say actors / Anne Hathaway, because from the sample.html, the same folder, there's actors, and then inside that there is the Anne Hathaway HTML. So I have to say actors Anne Hathaway.html. Now if I refresh it and then when if I click on it, it goes well. Okay, so how do we go back? So we also have this page. Oh, okay, that page is deleted. Since the page has been removed from here, so that's why we got the cross. We'll open it from here. We'll say dot dot slash, because this I'm inside Anne Hathaway.html. I have to go back to sample.html. Where is the sample.html? It's not here. It is outside the folder. So I have to go outside. So to go outside, this is the syntax. Dot dot slash sample.html. Let's look at it. I clicked. I was able to go inside the actors folder, and this is Anne Hathaway page. And when I click on it, I could go back to this HTML file. So both are possible. We'll also see in another way. Okay, I'll have a actress folder. So inside here. So I have to open it again from here. So what I have to do is Anne Hathaway have to reach sample.html. So it is a folder outside. I have to go 2 times, right? So it is 2 folders outside. So you have to give it like this. Now when you click at sample.html, let's see if I made sure. Okay, so it's this inside actors. Okay, now it's inside actors. So 2 folders inside. Goes well, goes back. So this is the difference between the absolute and the relative path. Even in terms of these URLs, we'll see in the future how the absolute and relative path works.